Hello lovely people, welcome to day 25 of the Mind 30 Day Yoga Challenge in November. So we have done 24 sessions, we are on our 25th one, which according to my maths means that we've got 6 more sessions together and then we're done for November. So I was going to say give yourselves a great big pat on the back, but that seems a bit condescending, but if you fancy it, give it a go. Well done, all of us. We've got a lovely session planned for today. So it's only going to be, again, about 10-15 minutes, and it's going to be a bit of heat generation in the thighs and some lovely balances. So when I do balances, I always think it's more of a fun session because you have the opportunity to laugh at yourself if you fall and you wobble, as long as you don't hurt yourself. So we'll just start off as we always do with just a minute or two just to center ourselves into our space. So if it feels comfortable closing your eyes or just staring to a point in front, tuning in to that beautiful life-giving breath. Noticing the pace. Maybe noticing it, seeing if you can feel it all the way up to those shoulders. All the way down to the belly. Maybe sending some gratitude out there to the universe, providing you with a short segment of time just to commit to yourself, to your body, to your mind, your soul. And when you're ready, just dropping that chin towards the chest. Blink the eyes open to a point in front, and we'll slowly take in our room as we lift our chin. Lovely. So we'll make our way onto our mats. We'll just do a nice bit of warming up for the spine. So when you're ready, standing with the feet directly underneath the hips, it may look 1 to 2 fist distances apart. Just so again, we want the alignment of all those joints stacked one on top of the other, rolling the shoulders up and back, palms facing forward. With an inhale, sweep those arms up to the sky. On the exhale, hinging forward at the hips, we're going to dive forward into our forward fold. So bend those knees generously as the front of that torso comes onto the front thighs. Then with an inhale, hands to shins, half forward fold. And exhale, all the way down, back to our forward fold, Uttanasana. With the inhale, sweeping the arms around up and overhead, fingertips or palms to touch at the top, and exhale, hands to come down the midline of the body. Pause at that heart centre before allowing them to continue their journey all the way down. I'll do it on a side view for you this time. So this is the sun breath. So inhale, sweeping the arms up and overhead, fingertips or palms to touch. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips, trying to keep those hips over the ankles. Bend those knees generously, allow that front body to just hang heavy over those front thighs. Inhaling, hands to shins, half forward fold, bring the shoulder blades together down the back. And then exhale to release all the way back down. With your next inhale, sweeping the arms around up and overhead, fingertips or palms to touch at the top. And exhale, hands come down the midline of the body. Just pausing at that heart centre. Just taking a moment for you. And then exhale, we'll release those hands all the way back down. And we're going to get right into it. So we're going to come into our chair pose. So you can keep the feet in the position they were, or if you want to generate a little bit of extra heat, you can bring feet into touch in the middle. So again, as I always say, taking the option that feels good for you in your body today. And like I said, that might feel different to how it was yesterday or how it's going to feel next week. So just picking what feels right for you today. With an inhale, sweep those arms up and overhead. We're going to keep the hands just over the shoulders this time, keeping a nice gap, feeling an energy generated between our palms here. And take an inhale, stretch those fingers up to the sky. And then the exhale, spin round for you. We're going to start sitting down on our invisible seat. So start lowering those sit bones down, bending those knees. And coming to where you feel Get a nice seat. We want to make sure that the weight is evenly spread between the front and the backs of the feet. If this position with the hands is too much, you can always bring them out front, palms facing down. Or the option is you can bring them into that prayer pose at your heart center. Or even if you just want to bring them down onto your hips. So just picking a version that feels good for you. If you have your hands in prayer pose or out in front, we just want to make sure those shoulders still drop down away from the ears. We're engaging those belly muscles, pulling them in towards the spine. Making sure we can still breathe nice and comfortably. You can probably feel the heat started to generate. And because this is your practice, you come out of this pose whenever you feel that's good for you. You don't have to stay with me. You're doing what's good for your body, not what's good for my body or anyone else's body. And if you are still here, see if on the next exhale you can release even if it's just a millimetre lower into that invisible seat. And continuing to breathe. Then with the next inhale, straightening those legs out wherever those hands have been. We're just going to shake them all the way down. And I'm going to face the front view now, but you can stay exactly where you are. So I'm just making sure that my feet are still set up directly underneath the hips. And we're going to go into our first balance of the practice. So spreading those right toes as wide as you can. Feel like that right foot's anchored deep down into the ground. With the inhale, we're going to start loosening up on that left foot, lifting that left heel. And this might be enough of a balance for you today. So finding your drishti, your focal point on the floor in front, maybe about 8-9 feet in front of you. Or if you want a greater balance, you can start bringing that right foot just onto that space just above the ankle. Or maybe up onto the calf. Or if you're fancying it today, helping up and bring it onto the inside of that right thigh. Again, picking whichever option is good for you. And then your choice of hand gesture, you can go crazy. So again, we have that beautiful Anjali Mudra, bringing together the left and the right, the sun and the moon. Ooh. We can send the arms out wide, palms facing up to the sky. Or you can have the hands up above the head, keeping the hands shoulder distance apart, or maybe you want to bring them into that closed prayer pose. So again, just having fun, doing what feels good. We want to really push, if that foot is on the thigh, we really want to push that left foot into the thigh and feel like the thigh is pushing away that left foot. Remembering to breathe fully, deeply. We just have one more breath. And then on the exhale, slowly releasing that left foot down to the ground. Pedal it out, shake out the arms. And we're going to bring the two together. So we're going to bring that chair pose together and the balance together. Just doing it on the one side for now, and then we'll swap to the other. So I'll show you what it is. If this doesn't work for you, then you can either go back into the chair pose, which is the pose that we started off with, or you can go into the tree pose. Up to you. Completely up to you and where you are. You might start off doing one and then rapidly change to another. But again, this is your time. You do what feels good for you. So with regards to uniting the two, we're just going to start making sure we pour our weight once more into that right foot. Really spread those right toes wide. Then with an inhale, lifting that left foot up off the mat. We can help set it up. We're doing a bit like a pigeon, so externally rotating that left knee. And I've got a lovely 45-degree angle between the shin bone here and the top of the foot there. Bringing my hands to heart center. Again, you picking your hand movement, hand gesture. We're going to inhale to lengthen. And then on the exhale, we're going to go sit down in our imaginary chair like we did at the beginning. So bending into that right knee. Bringing those sit bones down. Just allowing that left leg to sit heavy on that right leg. Remembering to breathe, noticing if we wobble. Again, if you're next to a wall, you can always go lean on a wall or grabbing a chair out in front. And then just picking what feels good. Just going to hold this for one more breath. Then with the inhale, slowly straighten up with that right leg. Drop that left leg to the floor. Pedal them out, shake your hands, give yourself a clap. Because we get to do it all again on the other side. So this time, we're just going to go into the tree pose on the other side. So spreading those toes on the left foot comfortably wide. Then imagine rooting it down into the ground. Imagine it anchored in about 2-3 feet down. You can visualize roots growing from your feet into the ground. Just going to keep that firmly cemented there. And we'll start lightening up on this right leg. So again, today this might be all that you need. Just lifting up that ankle, that heel off the floor. Or you may want to place the foot against the ankle or against the calf, or all the way up to the inside of that left thigh. Whoop. Noticing that you're probably very different on this side to the other. See, it's about laughing at yourself. So if you have got that foot against the thigh, imagine pressing that right foot deep into that left thigh, and that left thigh pushing all the way back. I'm going to get my composure now, and then picking a beautiful hand gesture, whichever feels good for you. Finding your drishti, or point of focus, on the floor. Steady eyes, there's a steady mind. Maybe coming into the breath, giving the mind something to focus on. The inhales and the exhales. Notice how your body does all these little micro adjustments to keep you upright. Not asking it to, it just does it for us voluntarily. One more breath. And then on the exhale, slowly lowering that right foot back down to the floor. Whatever position it was, pedaling out the legs, shaking off the arms. And just to break it up, doing a nice big inhale to float the arms up and overhead. Fingertips or palms to touch. And exhale, bring those hands down the midline of the body. Just pausing at that heart center. Just as a mini break before we go to the balance and the chair on the other side. So again, spreading those toes comfortably wide on that left foot. And start loosening it up, lightening it up on the right foot. This time, we're going to bring the right ankle on top of that left thigh. So we're going to make sure we've got that nice deep flexion again in the ankle joint. Inhaling here. And then exhaling to lower down onto our seat. So again, if this option doesn't feel good for you, you're a bit wobbly like me today, then taking either the traditional tree pose or the chair pose, then picking options with the arms. And we're going to find our focal point one more time. Just breathing into the pose. Still remembering to flex that right foot to help protect that knee joint. And seeing if maybe you can lower a little bit further down. Like I say, don't be afraid to use a wall or a chair to help with the balance. One more breath here. And on the inhale, straightening up, releasing that right leg down onto the floor, pedaling out the legs, shaking out the arms. And we'll just finish off with a quick sun salutation. So coming to the top of the mat if you weren't there already. Feet set up in our beautiful Tadasana pose, so heels behind the widest part of the feet, pulling in those belly button muscles. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. And overhead, fingertips or palms to touch at the top. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips, we dive forward, bend those knees comfortably, bringing the hands down onto the mat or hovering just above. Inhale, hands to shins, half forward fold. And then exhale, hands either side of the feet. We're going to step the right foot back and then the left foot back, coming into our plank or knees down, assisted plank. Inhaling here. Then on the exhale, either knees first or on one unit, slowly lower the body all the way down onto the mat, uncurling the toes. With the next inhale, peeling the chest, the neck and the head up off the mat, coming into our baby cobra. And exhale to release all the way back down. Inhale to tuck the toes under. And then exhale, we need to strengthen our arms to push our sit bones up and back, coming into our downward facing dog. So knees nice and comfortably bent, ears in line with the biceps. Taking one breath here. And then on the next inhale, just walking those feet all the way up to the top of the mat. Allow the body to hang heavy, arms to hang heavy, let gravity do its thing. Then with the next inhale, hands to shins one more time, shoulder blades in towards one another, shining the light on our chest forward. And then exhale, releasing all the way back down. Inhale, sweeping the arms around up. And overhead, fingertips or palms to touch at the top. And exhale, hands travel down the midline of the body. And we're just going to rest at our heart center. That is the end of our mini sequence for you guys today. So we'll just finish it off with our 4 intentions. So 1 hand to the heart, 1 hand to the belly. A joyful and energetic body. Both hands over the heart center, we set our intention to have a loving and compassionate heart. Bringing the fingertips to touch but the base of the hands away from one another, and tuning into our third eye center, we set our intention to have a clear, reflective and alert mind. Finally, bringing the soles of the hands to touch, opening those 3 middle fingers. And tuning into our energy field that surrounds our body, we set our intention to have lightness in our being. Bringing the hands to close in prayer pose and drawing that prayer towards the heart. Day 25 done, people. So well done, everyone. And we've got 5 more to go together. I can't wait. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.